like, all right, that's it. Go to bed.
We do have Mirage, by the way.
Yeah. Mirage is a yucky map.
That was the infamous, if you didn't remember that, infamous Chiefs v Rooster. Got up to 40 rounds there.
Yeah, no, that was yucky. Fun fact about Inferno, actually. The longest competitive match of Counter-Strike was ever played on Inferno. It was like 104, 114 rounds or something like that.
Jeez.
Anyway, we're going to see Savage finding himself 2 before going down. Nedic to be able to find himself that trade. Now we will see PZ looking to try and find a little bit of damage. Does spot the back of Chelios there. Could have 2 lined up for him and actually finds both of them. Beautiful from PZ and now ASAP to be stuck here in the 1v3 situation. Makes noise on the A side. Unable to find Addict and Vertex. Picking up 19 here.
Yeah, as I've said, both teams have incredibly good CT sides, and the T sides are a bit lacking. I've got to say, I got to stand by my point. The first team to get a T side round will probably win this
Unable
OT.
to find Addict and Vertex.
It's the worst part. It's the first team that's going to blink, most likely. Yeah, as I've said, both
Most
teams
likely.
have incredibly good CT sides, and the T sides are a bit lacking. I've got to say, I got to stand by my point. The first team to get a T side round will probably win this OT. It's the worst part. It's the first team that's going to blink, most likely. Yeah, as I've said,
Most likely. We do start to see Nedic. TJP looking for opening pieces of damage. We are going to see a little bit of apartments aggression coming through here from Vertex. I do like to see the apartments aggression from Vertex. We don't often see it, just in general.
Yeah, but
Brace now looking for a little bit of damage. Opening pieces of damage. We are going to see a little bit of apartments aggression coming through here from Vertex.
yeah, I think I was going to say
like
that's
to
well,
see the
okay.
apartments
The
aggression
wiggle
from
wagon
Vertex.
keeps
We don't
wiggling
often
with
see it,
Brace there.
just in general. I mean, I guess the wheels keep turning.
Yeah, yeah, he won that duel despite being flash, but he just guessed the person picked out of the balcony. Guess the initial pick. Yeah, I think I was going to say that's well, okay.
Start to
The
see.
wiggle wagon keeps wiggling with Brace there.
Was that gun barrel spotting through the wall? I guess the wheels keep turning.
Maybe. Yeah, he won that duel despite being flash, but he
I
just guessed the person
swear.
picked out of the
No,
balcony.
am I losing my mind?
Yeah, you thinking,
I might be
you're
losing my
thinking this is
marbles.
a Bethesda game instead of a Valve game at this point.
Oh,
Because
so
that
it's
would
gun
happen in the
barrel
Bethesda
spotting
game, that the gun barrel would be pointing through the wall.
The Bethesda game, you wouldn't be able to see anything. Am I
Maybe.
losing my mind?
Yeah, maybe the trees. Oh,
That's a leg.
Brace is like, wait a second.
That's a
Because
leg,
that
and that's a
would happen in
frag.
the Bethesda game, that the
Down
gun barrel.
5v3
He's
here.
seen the player in spoiler as well.
Bethesda
This is
game
like
would be
3 times that Brace have picked it. How does Brace get 3 kills? Maybe the trees. Oh. Brace is like,
Usually we say cry is free, but for Brace everything is free, and it's an absolute yard sale here for Vertex.
What
They're picking everything up on a bargain.
What did we just
Rooster.
witness? Like, what did we just witness there? How does Brace get 3 kills?
Usually we say cry is
honestly,
free, but for Brace everything is
do
free.
not
It's an
know.
absolute
Yeah,
yard
I
sale here for Vertex.
literally have no idea
Picking
because
everything up on a bargain.
what did we just
Rooster.
witness? Like, what did we just witness there? I just don't know because Brace shouldn't have got all 3 of those kills.
Sometimes I feel like Counter-Strike can be like
I literally have no idea because
the crackhead at the train station. Sometimes you just need to acknowledge that it's happened and just
don't
move
know
on.
because yeah, Brace shouldn't have got all 3 of those kills.
We do. Sometimes I
That's
feel
a move
like,
on from
that bit. We are going to see
the crackhead
Nedic to find himself
Sometimes you just need to acknowledge
one
that it's
frag.
happened.
Addict to get himself one back as well. Now the 4v4 here starting to make its way in towards this server. Addict, 37 points of health waiting in this side here. We are going to see Brace finding himself one. Nedic to be able to find that trade. Chelios here trying to find frags with that Glock. Addict's just hiding, just doing what he needs to do. Savage up through top mid. PZ. 37 points of health waiting.
Won't be
in
spotted
this
as
side
he does
here. We are going
start
to
to
see Brace
crawl
finding himself one. Nedic
all
to be
the
able to
way
find that trade. Chelios
through
here
apartments.
trying to find frags with that Glock. Addict just hiding, just doing what he needs to do. Savage.
And that's the half 21, another clean CT side. I've got to say, was Chilios expecting a flank there? Because Savage flanked very quickly. That was a very, very quick flank. And fortunately for Savage, that he wasn't really needed for that flank there. And also got to say, Brace and Addict did very well in holding that A bomb side. Given the fact that Rooster was just going in there very, very quickly. That was a very, very quick flank. And fortunately
seeing
for Savage,
So much coming through from
he
Rooster.
wasn't really needed for that flank there.
Now
And also gotta
Vertex
say,
here trying
Brace
to
and Addict did very well in
just
holding
close
that
this
A bomb
map
side.
out, trying to just
Given
be
the fact that
done with it.
Rooster was going in there very, very quickly.
They want to move on to their own map. They're like, we're sick of playing this thing. God, I hate this map. We're not going to see ASAP find himself too. ASAP's not done with them just yet. Vertex here trying to... Blinding two. Chelios here to hold the tight angle with the AWP. The bait and switch to come through. You can only imagine. They want to move on to their own. We are going to see Chelios find one. God, I hate this map. Chelios eventually going down. PZ to find the frag. The AWP's taking himself now. We are going to see ASAP now. Sprayed down through the box and can't find the frag addict. ASAP getting that kill. TJP to swing wide and take the AWP for this Vertex side down. Now a 21 to 19 half. The AWP's 21 to 19 score. My apologies. I thought that was the half. Never mind. I'm completely losing my marbles.
Yeah, as I said, only takes one T round, I reckon. These first, you know, play to win a T round. Bit of memeing in chat as I see going on at the moment. A lot of memeing. Only takes one T round, I reckon. They're memeing the mods at the moment. I know they'll hear this a bit later.
How dare you? How dare you meme the mods? Mord is an amazing man.
You know, one of the Reddits, one of the esports Reddits, like they banned memes for the Reddit, and like Reddit like slowly died, and then like a week later they reversed it. They're memeing the mods at the moment. And they banned like 2 casters who were just, you know, posting memes on it. And they were like trying to stand by this shit to ban those casters. One of the it was really, really dumb. Okay, like it's just when Reddit mods get too much power and they think, you know, they can dictate to content creators and casters on what they should and shouldn't do. It's like, mate, you're just a janitor, mate. Like, it was really,
Are you saying that the Twitch mods are just like Reddit mods? I can't believe it. Mord is so much more than that. Anyway, ADK is more than just a rifler. Now I can see Medic going straight to Addict Twitch mods. Now the 3v3 here. Chelios is going to be completely blind. We'll take a bit of a pot shot through that smoke. We are going to see TJP find one. Addict to eventually find that trade. Addict has been on point today. Is going to be completely blind. We'll take a bit of a pot shot through that smoke. Now the 2v2 situation. Now we're going to see Chelios here. Slowly creeping his way onto the site. The P250 needs to find a frag. It needs to find Addict. Addict going straight down. Chelios just needs to hop onto this bomb. He just needs to stick it. Savage not going to peek. Eventually peeking. Chelios, does he have time? I think he does. He's got time, doesn't he? Rooster, a beautiful round and peeking themselves up 20. It needs to find
Addict. It's the second time both teams that have that like seconds moment, that inches moment to potentially clutch out a game, and it's just torn away from them at the last moment. And funnily enough, it was actually the same round as well, their second T round for both Rooster and for Vertex. And if that's going to go how it's going to go at the moment, it's just going to be a Rooster stomp this round to make it 21-21. Torn away from them at the last moment. And funnily enough, it was actually the same round as well, their second T round.
Just 21 to 20 scoreline.
And for Vertex. And if that's going to go how it's going to go at the moment, it's just going to be a Rooster stomp this round to make it 21-21.
Find themselves a little bit of bits and pieces here.
Also good.
Malta and Brace to be mowed away.
I'm going to say with Mord. Mord's a bit more fun. Mord does allow memes in chat, okay?
Yeah, Mord.
I was not referring to Mord at all in my comments, okay?
How dare you make fun of Mord? I will defend that man with my life. We are going to see Brace Malta able to find 2 frags entering on towards the site.
I was not referring to Mord at all
now
in my comments, okay?
We will see a 21 to 20 scoreline. Chelios, the hero of last round. I will defend that man with my life. We are going to see Brace Malta able to find 2 frags entering on towards the site. Now to slowly see this 4v3 situation. Vertex have the bomb plant. Rooster now fully committing into the retake here. We are going to see Molotovs go down. An absolute fire has been started. We are going to see Brace find 1. ASAP to find 2. ASAP needs to try and find 1 more frag here for this retake just to allow Chelios to hop onto the bomb. Going down. Savage is able to find 2. And Vertex win it 22 to 20. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going straight up 51 floors to Vertigo here. And an amazing series between both of these teams has just started. Going down. Savage is able to find 2. And Vertex win it 22 to 20. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going straight up 51 floors to Vertigo here. And an amazing series between both of these teams has just started.
it goes
No, it won't.
100% down to 99, then charges again
No,
to
it doesn't
100.
do that.
What does
No.
it do? How does that work?
Hang on, can we go back to the player cams?
That's my favourite player cam. You know what? I think a dare fix would fix that.
I hope so.
100% down to 99, then charges again to 100. How does that work?
Hang on, can we go back to the player cams?
That's my favourite player cam. You know what? I think a dare fix would fix that.
I hope so.
So someone that would tilt me if I found them on a face of pug my team would probably be one of the Rooster players, because they just suck, and we're not winning that.
Probably like Swanky. He just runs around with Mac 10. Like, I don't know, it's just weird, man.
Back in the day, it would have been the Swankinator.
The most likely to whiff an entry flash for my team would definitely be Toby.
I feel like with our team, most people are pretty good at throwing flash. I feel like maybe it's me. Honestly, it's probably me.
Like 100% Malta.
I reckon if we had a team house with Geordie inside singing and Christian outside singing, like they're singing the song together, and it's definitely something Taylor Swift.
It's definitely Geordie singing in the shower, just full volume.
It has to be like, your wombat. When we're coming home from Sweden, we had to like carry him through when he's like a little bit hungover.
We hadn't done our Estes. All of us get it except for Will.
So going off our track record, it's definitely me. Well, on our way back from Mexico, we had a flight cancelled and we had to run across LAX with like 20 minutes left, and we almost missed that flight. Jacked as hell from a 3-month break. I'm gonna have to say Liam. Liam is he's a bit of a fiend in the gym.
Addict, for sure. I think he's a pretty determined guy. He just get it done, you know. He's pretty motivated.
Because I actually go to the gym, so like I feel like since no one else does, maybe I'm the most likely.
From a 3-month break. I'm gonna have to say Liam. Liam is a bit of a fiend in the gym.
Big OT thriller between Vertex and Rooster that ended when Vertex or a team won a T-side round, with Vertex closing out the last round of OT, the double OT, to be the victor. Also as well, Savage being very, very crucial in that as well. And I'm going to say it was a very, very start that ended when back and forth affair between these two teams, and Savage, a new player in the team, touching it up for his Vertex in his first game. I'm going to say on ANZ champs, and before that's wrong, but first game for me, okay? Let's put it that way.
Very wrong. Very, very wrong. That's okay. Savage has been one of the probably newest pickups ever since they left Mexico, and of course, this Vertex side have looked very, very good so far, and they've looked very, very confident here in this side. Of course, now listen, we do have another map that we do. Savage has been one of the special guests. Have you met Sugar?
I've never met Sugar.
This Vertex side have looked very, very good so far, and he's currently got 100% success rate when it comes to guessing whoever's going to win the next map, and he's trying to escape because he doesn't like this responsibility.
Yeah, I can't imagine that either. What if he gets it wrong, you know? It's just like the octopus on the World Cup, you know, if he gets it wrong, bam, everyone forgets about you.
Exactly, and that's why there's also another one from Spice. So, Sugar, of course, do you think the 2-0 is possible?
Yeah, I can't imagine that either. What if he gets it wrong, you know? It's just like
I don't know if that's a yes or not. I'm just going to assume
the
that's a
World
yes.
Cup, you know, if he gets
Anyway,
it wrong, bam, everyone forgets about you.
That's why there's also another one. There we go. Sugar's away. Sugar's away. It's okay. We've all put Sugar away.
I think Sugar said 2-0 easy, 2-0 to Vertex.
Sugar said
W.
2-0. I mean, we did just see Addict say that Rooster sucks, so it's. I mean,
the first person to get a pug is Rooster, okay?
Sugar's away. That's true. Any of the Rooster boys said any of them.
Jeez,
Is that pass or present?
pretty rough on TJP, to be honest.
I mean, we did just see. To be fair, I don't want to be in a pug with TJP. I'm completely honest with that. I mean,
Is it because
I feel like we just argue.
is it because your ADR will be 0 while he takes all the kills, something like that?
No, I feel like we just argue.
Pretty rough on TJP. Me go kill,
We are
I
gonna
go
see.
kill.
To be fair, I don't want to be. Me go kill, no, I go kill, and then we just argue about who go kill when none of us kill.
Talk about the first map though.
Like
I guess overall, it was a very, very like back and forth sort of affair. I guess say the last two rounds, the last 2 to 3 rounds, geez, they were just on the knife's edge of 1%ers, as I talked about before. I mean, with the 1%, like basically both rounds, I believe, are won with pistols and barely anything. It's just a quick force buy for both teams. You know, Vertex, I think when it was Rooster gained to 15 with that pistol buy, and then Vertex evening up with it also a pistol buy as well. Actually, I think I got the wrong way around, but either way, like both teams were, you know, on scraps and able to just convert rounds.
Yeah, I think especially we just saw teams fight and claw just to get towards overtime. When they did get there, you know, we did see all of a sudden, you know, a little bit of a relaxed sort of smile on the faces of everybody around, and you know, more importantly, seeing the cool, calm collectiveness of a lot of these players, especially ADK in that high-pressure moment. He had 2 back-to-back.
Clutches.
You clutches. Like he had two back-to-backs. He had a 4K coming in to put them into overtime, then a 1v2 situation to pick up the first round of overtime. And then he kind of dipped away for a little bit. We didn't see ADK. Instead, we just started seeing individual efforts come through time and time again, which really did allow Rooster to find themselves a big chunk of, I guess, wiggle room to be able to find themselves. Well, actually, no, Vertex.
Talking about their brace with the free K, that was probably the most undeserved free K given the fact that it was just given like information by the Rooster players and wasn't traded out either. But overall, I was gonna say we had the highest AD undeserved. Like I just didn't notice really anyone having that huge impact other than from round to round. You had ADK, you had Savage, you had Addict, you had Chelios for a few rounds. Basically just.
Do you want me to tell you who had the highest ADR?
Yeah.
Actually, I want you to guess, and if you're right, I'll bring out Spice and see if he wants to guess.
I'd say Savage. I reckon it'd be Savage.
It was.
Because
89.4 ADR.
Yeah, I was gonna say like no one probably got 100 ADR because it was
actually
very spread amongst both teams. Like both teams all performed at some point. Like all the team members as well. I wouldn't be surprised if no one was below 60 ADR, and if they were, it would be the authors.
Okay. How many players do you reckon went under 60 ADR?
I'd say none.
Two.
Two? That must be.
You want to guess who they were?
Really? I'd say Chelios and PZ.
Wrong.
Oh.
Actually, Chelios had the highest ADR. How many players do you reckon went under that map? Under 60 ADR. But it was Addict, 53.5, and Netic with 53.9.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, man, I thought I had a bit higher than that given the top ADR is 80, but I guess there were a lot of saves. Like there were a lot of saves, so it definitely tilt that statistic a bit. But overall, it felt very even between those two teams with the double team because of it.
53.9.
I couldn't really spot like real flaws in the game styles of either team. I know someone's gonna be like, but what about round 29 and round 30 where they lost against ecos and stuff like that? Stuff like that does happen, but like it wasn't really a flaw of Vertex or Rooster for losing those rounds. It was more of basically Vertex and Rooster being able to pull those rounds back off the other team with limited weaponry. And it was just very even throughout as well, like the utility usage as well. But like it wasn't really a flaw.
Yeah, as well, the utility usage really, I think, shone a light on how good the actual aim is. When we're seeing two teams have sort of that equal amount of utility usage, that equal amount of sort of setting to try and play within, we don't see a lot of those tactics come in. We just see a lot of the individual sort of aim duels happening. We saw TJP continuing to find himself aim duels. I think if TJP is not picking up an aim duel, I mean, is he even in the server? That's just a basic question whenever Rooster's playing. But taking a look at this Vertex side, it's just they just won their duels when they needed to, and they won the key duels when they needed to. And I think especially that man right there, Malta, had himself an amazing game.
I'm gonna say, like, overall, I think definitely one of the best players in the server. That one was definitely Savage. I felt like Savage's impact in ADL was just everywhere, and he did pull out a lot of crucial rounds out of the bag for
had himself an amazing
and I forgot that team now for Vertex. So like overall, I think definitely one of the.
You know who Vertex is?
Should I put on Vertex's jersey now, right now?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. By the way, do you see that little guest in the back of Addict's camera? It's like he's going hunting on his own.
Who was it? I didn't see.
I think it was a doggo. Should I put on Vertex's jersey?
It was a doggo?
It was a little doggo sneaking around.
I wouldn't. Can we put it back?
Can we go back?
No,
Nah, he's gone. He's gone. But we're going through.
Turn the car around. Turn the car around.
We're going through Vertigo now. We're on the 51st floor. Too late.
Not Vertigo. I want to see the doggo.
Sneaking around. Vertigo though. Talking about Vertigo, it's an interesting map. It's changed so much. That B side has changed so much that I don't know where the boxes originally were on that B side. Through Vertigo now. We're on the 51st floor. Too late.
The B side. Boxes originally. Weren't they in mid?
That's the interesting part, were they? I don't know. It's changed so much.
Have you not casted Vertigo in a long time?
No, where the boxes originally were on that B side.
I was about to say, if you haven't casted Vertigo since about 2019, you're in a bit of strife here. Boxes originally? Weren't they in mid? You will not recognise this map.
Oh yeah, of course, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about, the boxes have changed so much on B, on Vertigo. It's insane. No, where the boxes originally were on that B side.
Yeah, the whole map is. I think it works a little bit better now. It was 2019 update. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, of course, that's what I was talking about. Also, the old forklift in A main, it's gone now.
Pardon?
The old forklift in A main's gone. Behind the fence now.
The whole map. I do not remember the old forklift, but you know what I do remember is Addict finding himself frags. 2 so far here. Actually, 3 with that clock, and now
Also,
Chelios.
the old forklift
Well, I
grenade
mean,
is gone now.
now listen. Pardon?
The old
I do
forklift
like
grenade is
Chelios
gone.
as a player.
Behind the fence now.
1v5.
I do not remember the old
Yeah, a
forklift.
bit too much.
He might
I do
have been
remember
not
is
more
Addict
than
finding
too
himself
much.
fractured.
Also, not to mention the B crunch, like took out all 4 players, including the rotator as well. And they barely did any damage. And look at that HP. Like considering a B crunch has to go for a middle.
Chelios as a player.
Behind the fence now. But you might as well try Chelios. Yeah, a bit too much.
Chelios could find Addict.
Bit too much. Also, not to mention the B crunch. Like going for a knife kill, but
Come on, Chelios, find a frag! Chelios, find a frag!
like considering a B crunch has to go for a middle.
Chelios, get the kill. Chelios, get the kill, Chelios. Come on. I believe in you, Chelios.
Bit too much. Also, not to mention the B crunch. Like going for a knife kill, but
Come on, Chelios, I believe. No, PZ finds the kill anyway.
easy peasy.
Chelios, get the kill.
I gotta- I gotta say-
PZ, get the kill, Chelios. Come on. I
I'm gonna
believe in you,
say,
Chelios.
Yeah, that B crunch of Vertex wasn't that solid. Like, got the job done in the end. They won the
Come on,
aim
Chelios,
that
I
mattered the
believe.
most,
No,
which is the
PZ
drop
finds
player
kill
and the
anyway.
stairs player. They pincered Rooster, and Rooster couldn't really do much to react to it.
PZ, get the kill, Chelios. Come on. I
I'm gonna
believe in you,
say,
Chelios.
Yeah, that B crunch
gonna
of
see
Vertex
Rooster
wasn't
now.
that solid. Like, got the
Looking
job
to
done in
try
the end.
and
They won the
fight
aim
back
that
after
mattered
what
the
was
most,
a
which is the drop player and the stairs
an
player.
interesting
They
pistol,
pincered
especially
Rooster,
from
and
this young
Rooster
man
couldn't
right
really do
here,
much to react to
Chelios,
it.
that fam ass here. Needs to try and do some damage. He's going to be up close and personal ASAP to try and take on that fight. Will go down the Malta Savage to find Chelios as well, and that B site is very, very open and Addict to find himself one more. Especially from this young man right here, Chelios, that fam
What can you do when Addict's delivering shots like that to the player on B site? That's default.
ASAP to try and take on that fight. Will go down the
But what
Malta
can you
Savage
do?
to find Chelios as well, and that B site is very, very open and Addict.
Good recovery there. They got their Mac 10 back. Taking down PZ on the lurk. What can you do when Addict's delivering shots like that to the player on B site? That's default.
See Nedic here with that fam ass looking to
But what can you do?
try and explore a little bit.
Good recovery there. They got their
Taking
Mac
out.
10 back.
Gonna take a
Taking down
slow,
PZ on
slow
the lurk.
look here.
What can you do when Addict's delivering shots like
80k with that
to
Mac
the
10.
player on B site? That's default.
See Nedic here with that fam ass looking to try and pick apart little bits of damage. Nedic to find Malta. Try and explore a little bit. An AK to be recovered.
Recovery there. They got their Mac 10 back.
Now with smokes going down,
slow-
brace on
slow
the wrap
look here.
around from behind. This could be
80K
really
with that Mac
interesting.
10.
I think Nedic's ready for this.
I hope he is. He needs to be.
Apart little bits of damage.
Brace to be
Nedic
tagged
find
up quite
Addict.
heavily. 80k to take a
to be
little bit of damage to that bomb. Nedic will be
Now
playing
with smokes
up close
going
to
down,
personal. The
brace
nade
on
won't be
the
able
wrap
to
around
find
from
any
behind.
damage
This could
whatsoever.
be
Vertex
really
pick themselves up
interesting.
the second.
I think Nedic's ready for this.
I hope he is. He needs to be. Brace to be tagged up
Typical
quite heavily.
anti-eco as we look at
80K
the
to take a little bit
their
of
fan
damage to that
vote.
bomb. Nedic will be
Rooster being
playing
heavily
up
favoured
close to
here.
personal. The nade won't be able to
But I gotta
find
say as well,
whatsoever. Vertex pick themselves up
the
the second.
anti-eco is very, very costly. They, in fact, the AK was thrown over to Rooster. Can they keep this for the next round? Or do they just buy some stuff behind it, which they do? They bought the Deagle, they bought the 2v250 and the 5.7. So they are trying to back this one up.
Even if it is ever so slightly, we do see armor as well. You're not going to see ASAP taken straight down. Nedic to be able to find PZ elsewhere. DJP has to try and hold down this B site with only but a 5.7. With utility starting to absolutely flush every single soul out of the B side. Addict to find himself one. Addict potential for the second here. 80k to be able to find PZ elsewhere. DJP has to try and hold down this B site with only but a 5.7.
Chelios swooped to flame.
With utility starting to absolutely flush every single soul
many
out
reckon he'll
of the
get?
B side. Addict to find himself one. Addict potential for the second here. 80k. And if not, Brace accidentally hits multiple. Nah, I was dead wrong. Pass the curse.
Yeah. To be fair though, he did just like jump peek him as well.
And if not, Brace accidentally. What else? You can only jump peek with a Mac 10, surely. Nah, I was dead
True.
wrong. Pass the curse.
Yeah. To be fair though, he did
I do love
just,
a bit of a cheeky jump peek, I'm not
peek
gonna
him
lie.
as well. Most important part about this round here for Roosters, they get the FAMAS and the AK.
What else? You can only jump peek with a Mac 10, surely. Nah, I was dead
True.
wrong.
Makes this buy a lot easier for them as well, because they can buy full utility as well
I
behind
do
it.
love a bit of a cheeky jump peek, I'm not gonna lie. 100%.
Most important part about this round here for Roosters,
Full
they
util
get
to come
the
in here.
FAMAS and the AK.
Both of these sides, apart from TJP, of course, always has to be
True. Makes this
someone
buy a
who
lot
ruins
easier
the
for them
fun.
as well, because they can buy full utility as well
I
behind
do
it.
love a bit of a cheeky jump peek, I'm not gonna lie. 100%.
Most important part about this round here for
Now
Roosters,
as
they
we
get
do
the
start to see
AK.
Rooster looking for some of this ramp control. Of course, always has to be Nedic with the Molotov to try and stop the push. And now as we do start to see Rooster more utility to start raining down. Savage to try and take on Chelios. Savage eventually blind will spray through. Now his presence has been recognized as a threat.
Really slow round at the moment out of Vertex on Vertigo.
Down. Savage to try and take on Chelios. Savage eventually blind. Will spray good nade stack and ADK. Just exactly like on Inferno. Just slowly missing. Now with utility.
Really slow round at the moment out of
They
Vertex.
go wild. PZ goes straight down. ADK finds a frag.
Very aggressive there from Geordie, PZ with the AWP.
Exactly like on Inferno.
Not a person you want to be entering,
Slowly
you know,
missing.
want to be entering
Now
the
with utility.
bomb site with. Really slow round at the moment out of
They
Vertex.
go wild. PZ goes straight down. ADK finds a
I can
frag.
see
TJP now trying to hold
Very
out
aggressive
some
there
of this
from
mid
Geordie, PZ with the
presence
AWP.
from very passive
Not
angle.
a person you want to be entering,
Utility
you
now.
know, want to be
Starting
entering
to
the,
make its way
bomb site
around
with.
Savage to eventually find that frag. Now, the mid push coming in. We are going to see Chelios find one, Addict to find ADK. Unkillable has very much died in ADK. Now the 3v3 situation, 25 seconds to play. Brace has himself some advanced positioning here towards the B side, and Addict looking to try and take advantage of that. This bomb needs to go down. 15 seconds to play. As soon as Addict gets onto this side, he's only going to have about 10 seconds to play. Chelios here, a single frag's able to completely end this round ASAP. Hiding up close and personal. That's it. That's the round. Needs to go down. 15 seconds. Now going to see Savage, however, find two more. Vertex just committing to the B site. So do Rooster, and Rooster go down.
Do they really need a bomb plant in that scenario?
Hiding up close and personal. That's
Yeah.
it. That's not Rooster just throwing their lives away. Now going to see Savage, however, find two more.
I think to all focus on stopping that plant. Savage took them all out within 2 seconds. The last two.
Rooster and Rooster go down.
Do they really need a bomb plant in that
Yeah, well,
scenario?
Savage is built different. Yeah, happy to accept that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Throwing their lives away.
I mean, it showed Inferno, it shows on Vertigo, it's just, you can just basically tear people apart. Savage took it in a quick 2 seconds. Fashion, last two. Do they really need a bomb plant in that scenario? It's giving me another anti-eco for Vertex at the moment. Probably the reason why I picked this map, have good T-side in this. I mean, it showed Inferno, it shows on Vertigo, it's just, you can just basically tear people apart. Savage took it in a quick 2 seconds. Fashion, last two. It's giving me another anti-eco for Vertex at the moment. Probably the reason why I picked this map, have good T-side in this. I mean, it showed Inferno, it shows on Vertigo, it's just, you can just basically tear people apart.
Now I'm going to see utility now. Coming towards this A side here. Brace to be able to find himself two. Oh, Brace, what an entry onto this A side. Chelios immediately saving the AWP.
At this stage, it's just why bother at the stage. The entire A defense just fell apart. And now Vertex are very, very deep into the A side. Chelios should get a kill here. Hell, what he does.
Chelios immediately saving the AWP.
Could be a bit of an entry here. Ultra's gone down as well. They could actually retake the side. Because they've ultimately been ticking for about 15 seconds. And now Vertex are very, very deep into the A side. Chelios should get a kill here. Hell, what he
Rooster, I'm
does.
pretty sure, still committed to saving the AWP. Not wanting to risk it,
Could be a bit of an entry here.
even if
Ultra's
it is
gone down
for a
as well.
very,
They could
very
actually
delicious biscuit.
retake the side. Because they've ultimately been ticking for about 15 seconds. I don't blame him in this scenario given the fact that you just want to keep the guns for next round. Don't want to risk it here and, you know, have to do a very small buy of M4s basically.
Even if it is for a very, very delicious biscuit.
May not have full utility, which you do need on Vertigo. I don't blame him in this scenario given the fact that you just want to keep the guns for next round. Don't want to risk it here and, you know, have to do a very small buy of M4s basically.
Even if it is for a very, very delicious biscuit.
May not have full utility,
can
which
see
you
here
do
now.
need on Vertigo. I don't blame him in this scenario given the fact that you just want to keep the guns for next round.
After that bomb explosion, I assume a timeout, no? No, never mind, it's not a timeout. I thought because we went to play cams was a timeout. That's okay.
May not have full utility,
see
which you
here
do
now.
need on Vertigo.
You're not going to see now. 7-5 scoreline. That Molotov actually hit Savage as it was being thrown up ramp. Play cams was a timeout. That's
Good
okay.
joke.
That is extremely unlucky.
Good juggling by Savage.
You're not going to see Chelios miss his first shot. Savage to eventually find himself that frag. Hit Savage as it was being thrown up ramp. Play cams was a timeout. Now with
Good
Nedic,
joke.
that is extremely unlucky.
Good juggling by Savage.
So low, tagged 50%. That shot nearly hit TJP. See Chelios miss his first shot. Savage would have been so excited if it did.
I don't think TJP would have been excited. Gets killed by RNG. Good juggling by
I think that would have been funny though. I think he would have found the funny side of it. We are going to see Malta find Nedic. Now TJP to try and hold that line, aggressing all the way through here. PZ, Malta to find frags, and Vertex finding themselves 6 here. We were... Oh, Malta! A little bit extra after the play. I think he would have found the funny
Maybe Malta told Addict to say it's I don't like Rooster, but it's secretly Malta. The BM there.
finding themselves 6 here. Saying this
We
conspiracy
were-
theories
oh,
around Vertex at the
Malta.
moment.
A little
Yep.
bit extra
Always
after the
conspiracy.
play.
How many conspiracy theories do you reckon there are around CSGO?
Too many, because you got angry people who just like if anything that's untoward goes in there, that must be a conspiracy to it. Yeah, always a conspiracy.
Of course. What's your favorite CSGO conspiracy around CSGO?
You got angry people who just like which one's my favorite? If anything that's untoward.
Yeah, have you heard the conspiracy theory on train? Like around the map train?
No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Of course. How it's like the CT side are technically the terrorists, and the terrorists are technically the CT side. And the terrorists are trying to blow up the trains to try and get insurance money. And the CT side, which are the terrorists, are trying to stop a big corporation from getting a whole heap of money. The CT side are technically the terrorists, and the terrorists are technically the CT
That kind of
like it technically makes sense.
Yeah.
Because think about it, the CT side spawns with like all of the delivery boxes,
Yeah.
which you'd assume would go into the trains.
The funny thing is, there's not a single train on train.
They're not.
There's not a single train on train.
Oh, there's all like carts and
Yep.
stuff. The CT side spawns with like all of the delivery boxes.
Yeah.
Which you'd assume would go. You heard the one about Nuke? Because you know how Nuke has like the heart
There's not
boxes?
a single train on train.
Like, you know the heart sticker? Yeah. Apparently Nuke is like actually owned by the terrorists.
Okay, I thought it'd be a reference to Portal.
Was it actually?
The heart
You heard
boxes,
the one about Nuke?
but I'm not
'Cause you know
sure.
how Nuke has like the
Don't
heart.
quote
You
me
know
on
how
that.
there's like the logo was like the 3 like squares and they all make a heart.
Ah, okay. Okay, just multiple deal. Reference to Portal. It's gonna be Bruce's first round here, and done really little to highlight it.
You know how there's like the logo was like the 3. Well, I mean, we've spoken about CS:GO conspiracy theories, and of course, the conspiracy theory is that Rooster doesn't actually exist.
It's just a imagination. First round here, and just playing against themselves. Little to highlight it.
Think about it. Have you ever seen ASAP away from his computer?
Well, yeah, definitely haven't.
About CS:GO conspiracy. Never seen him. Of course, conspiracy theories that Rooster. Never seen TJP away from a computer.
No, never seen him ever.
Never seen him in my life. I've seen Brace away from a computer, so that's how I know he's real. I've seen Malta away from a computer. That's how I know he's
Yeah,
real.
definitely haven't. I've seen all 5 of them on land, so we know they're real there.
Never seen TJP away.
No, never seen him ever.
I think I've seen 2 of them at the pub at land. I've seen Brace away from. I've seen Savage away from a computer, so I know he's real.
Yeah, so have I.
I've seen Malta away from a computer.
We were at GG Easy, and
I've seen all 5 of them on land, so we know they're real there.
him and his dad. We were talking about the intricacies of how MOBAs are really hard to understand compared to CS:GO.
Away from a computer, so I know he's
And we started to,
casted with Ben.
we started talking about it. We're talking about Dota 2, and like, yeah, if I'm thinking about Dota 2, it's really, really complex. Like, you explain to them like the arena, then you explain to them the concept of dying, it'll probably lose most people. And we started
Casted. I couldn't get into Dota. I honestly couldn't. I just gave up.
Talking about Dota 2, and like, yeah, if I'm thinking about give me a gun round coming in. Complex. Like, you explain to them like the arena, then you explain to them the concept of dying, it'll probably lose most. Yeah, there's no denying we take down your own teammates to make sure the other team doesn't get money.
I honestly couldn't. I just gave up. Yeah, I'm gonna see now. Vertex too. Now try to push through. With ASAP holding the line on the AWP, you'd imagine the off angle was only able to find itself 1. You'd hope it can only find itself 1, because how awkward would it be if it found itself 2?
A collateral? Could be. Find himself 1 now. Should have seen the head. Let's take down Malta.
Hi Malta.
Bye, Malta.
We're gonna see Addict try to find himself. Everyone say bye to Malta in chat. We are now gonna see Addict pushing on towards the side. Brace to find ASAP. Bye ASAP. Everyone say bye
now.
ASAP.
Should have seen the head. Let's take
He's
down
going
Malta.
into the forever box for now. Addict. Ooh, I like this aggression from Addict here at the moment. Try to find himself. Everyone say bye to Malta. He could really do some damage, especially seeing how aggressive this could be from Rooster. However, Savage, look at where he is hiding through CT. 80k to find 1. Savage activating. Chelios eventually going down, but PC to get himself the plant. PC to find himself 1, eventually falling. And Rooster picked themselves up a second.
I gotta like that switch from Vertex there. Switch to the A site.
Hiding through CT.
Rooster just picked on it just a little bit sooner. I think they've heard the step as they rotated across.
Get himself the plant. PZ to find himself one, eventually falling.
Just heard a little step, and that's how it was sold. I'm gonna say it. So I don't think Rooster expected that, but they heard the step going towards A, so they switched over. But the bomb plant is there. It's interesting sort of play from Vertex, given the fact that they got such advanced positions in the A and B sides. See Addict there trying to go for the backstab and a quick scope from Chilios as well to make it a second round for Rooster. But the bomb plant is there. It's interesting sort of play from Vertex, given the fact that they got such advanced positions in the A and B sides.
We're going to see Malta.
See Addict there trying to go for the backstab.
Now with this Tech 9 to be
Chilios as well to make it a second round for Rooster. But the bomb plant is there. It's interesting sort of play from Vertex, given the fact that they got such advanced positions in the A and B sides.
We're going to see Malta.
See Addict there trying to go for the backstab.
Now with this Tech 9 to be
Chilios as well to make it a second round for Rooster.
Medic to try and hold the line through ramp here. Now we're going to see Savage putting down that smoke. Now the P250 to come through here. Medic to try and hold the line through ramp here. Now we're going to see Savage putting down that smoke. Now the P250 to come through. We're going to see now TJP eventually finding himself nothing. Chelios ASAP Medic to find frags. Now all of a sudden Savage to be stuck here in the 1v4. The P250 going down ASAP to find that final frag, and 4 rifles living here for Rooster. Medic to find frags.
Yeah, I've got to say here, you know, good anti-eco from Rooster. Keep all the players alive, keep generating that money. ASAP, I've got to say, he's been practicing that position a lot on Catwalk. Being able to see through the floor. Some angles, it's like almost impossible to see through the Catwalk's floor, basically. But ASAP, he just knows every single part of it there, where, you know, where pixels different here and there. ASAP, I've got to say, he's been practicing that position a lot on Catwalk. Being able to see through the floor. Some angles, it's like almost impossible to see through the Catwalk's floor, basically. But
Now going to see Savage.
Part of it there,
Nedic down to 51 points of health. Will take on the fight, finds 80k. 80k falling, and Nedic has to fall away. JP here. Chelios falling to Brace the IGL, needing himself a second, but Nedic very quickly shuts down the leader of this Vertex side, TJP, to find PC, and all of a sudden the 3v3 situation. A minute 10 to play.
Yeah, they got a lot of time for this Vertex as well. However, they even trade, basically Bruce able to win out some trades, but a lot of their players are walking wounded out because of it. TJP on very little HP now. Could be taken out by the wall bangs at this point. Yeah, they got a lot of time for this Vertex as well. However, they even trade, basically Bruce able to win out some trades, but a lot of their players are walking wounded actually out they're playing a mean game here. They're trying to think they're going to go to the B side. That's going to psych them out. At this point. Vertex as well.
Where's TJP at the moment?
Dude,
is he chilling in an elevator?
Yeah, actually playing.
Okay, beautiful.
Playing a mean
I was gonna say, if he's chilling like at bar, he's really far away from that wall. Now I'm gonna see TJP. Now coming through, Malta to be burning as he does get that plant down to 58 points of health. Now with Malta to pick up an AWP, opting for it. Now I'm gonna see TJP now start to try and recover a little bit of space over towards this A site. Malta with the AWP. Needs to try and find himself at least a little bit of a frag. Beautiful shot, ASAP. Finding himself one. Addict to try and get himself one more. And now stuck here in the 1v2 situation. Nedic tagged. Both of these players very, very low. Only 13 points of health between the two of them. But Nedic finding himself the frag. TJP able to pick up round number 4 here for Rooster. The bomb defusal coming through. Now stuck here in the 1v2 situation.
I was gonna say, great work from Rooster there, given the fact that 6 and 7 HP all together, and they, you know, they didn't line up, they didn't group up whatsoever. They just made sure that, hey, we're gonna have to do 1v1s. One of us gonna risk our head, the other just gonna hope for the one tap and trade. And in the end, they didn't have to rely on that. They didn't have to rely on the one tap. They got the job done. And Vertex have called a timeout here as well. I was gonna say, Vertex, I did like the strategy of them just staying on the A side, being not aggressive, not throwing anything, to see if Rooster would check B, and ASAP went to check B, and they had 2 players there and execute on the A side. So that allowed them to have that bomb plant as well. I did like the strategy of them just staying on the A side, being not aggressive, not throwing anything, to see if Rooster would check B.
Have we finally gotten pictures of what Malta's eating?
so that allowed them to have that bomb plant as well. He's already finished.
Malta's just been chewing on his fingernails. I cannot believe it. We are going to see a rare Malta eating, and now we are going to see a 4-6 scoreline coming through here. Brace to try and continue to lead this Vertex side with that single AK coming through. We were a little bit hesitant about this single rifle buy from Vertex at the moment, and now we are going to see a 4-6 scoreline coming through here. Now it has become a little bit more of a staple of this Vertex side. We are going to see a little bit hesitant about this single rifle buy from Vertex at the moment, and now we are going to see a 4-6 scoreline coming through here. Now it has become a little bit more of a staple of this Vertex side. We are going to see a little bit hesitant about this single rifle buy from Vertex. With Netic to try and hold down the line here. The Tech 9s to a little bit more of a staple of this Vertex side. We are going to see try and get aggressive on the A site. Smokes to go down. Utility to absolutely Tech 9 swamp this site. The plant should go down. PZ, this is a ballsy plant. With Netic finding one, Malta the only victim so far. Try and get aggressive on the A side. Needs to be up close.
Yeah, but in that scenario there as well, you know, Malta can't have to go for it there. Giant has to protect his teammate because they could just spray for the smoke and take him out.
I don't mean to be a pain, but look at this triple boost. Brace finds himself too. Beautiful from Vertex here at the moment. Oh, you'll love to see it.
Yeah, but in that scenario there as well, you know, Malta can't have to go for it there.
Brace to find two, brace to find three. TJP's just holding the bomb. He's not going to be found. TJP's got the ninja defusal before falling. Beautiful from Vertex. Beautiful counter-strike here from TJP, but Addict absolutely cleans out all of the skeletons in the closet here at Rooster. Lose everything but find the round.
Yeah, we're going to say, big rounds in there. They lost all weapons though, but they should have enough money to really do that in the end. I think TJP the ninja there. I didn't expect Vertex expected TJP to commit to that ninja play at all. So that's why they're probably a bit surprised when that bomb defuse came up. Yeah, we're going to say, I guess they were checking, but I think they were a bit surprised that TJP did that so early. And Rooster have got 5 on the board. They've won 5 out of the last 5 rounds. They've won 5 in a row. TJP to commit to that ninja play at all. So that's why they're probably a bit surprised when that bomb defuse came up. Yeah, we're going to say, I guess they were checking, but I think they were a bit surprised that TJP did that so early. And Rooster have got 5 on the board. They've won 5 out of the last 5 rounds. They've won 5 in a row. TJP to commit to that ninja play at all. So that's why they're probably a bit surprised when that bomb defuse came up. Yeah, we're going to say, I guess they were checking, but I think they were a bit surprised that TJP did that so early. And Rooster have got 5 on the board. They've won 5 out of the last 5 rounds. They've won 5 in a row. We'll see. And it is going to be Ace now to ASAP and Malta to duel it out over here on this B site. We did see Malta yesterday sort of just picking on Boogeyman yesterday. Is Malta expected to do the same? Bit of a question mark on how this game could go so far. Savage Brace to now really be looking at how yesterday sort of just picking on his presence will go. We are going to see Netic to find Savage after Savage finds ADK, TJP to find PZ. Too many P's in that sentence, and that's a yucky. That's too many P's. Malta will go down ASAP. Clean on the frag. Addict now to be stuck in one. Yep, because say TJP, crucial frag there. They're actually going to switch up to the B side, which is completely undefended, and would have definitely got that plant, had a decent post plant on B. But TJP hit that frag, perfect.
Malta will go down ASAP. Clean on the frag. Now to be stuck in one.
Yep, because say TJP, crucial frag there. They're actually going to switch up to the B side, which is completely undefended.
Michelios to come back and find himself one more. Addict
TJP hit that frag, perfect.
To eventually go down a little bit extra after the fact, but
expected.
Expected. Honestly expected.
Yeah, anyone from Rooster don't like plugging at them.
Michelios to come back and find himself one more. Addict.
Yep. They didn't expect that at all.
To eventually go down a little bit extra after the fact, but
I think when you say something like that, you just ask him to be BM'd. Like at that point, it's ask him to be BM'd. Don't like plugging at them.
100%. Especially if your name's TJP, just an automatic BM.
Savage, push it up.
A little bit extra after the fact, but
I think when you say something like between the tops, ask him to be BM'd. Like at that point, it's ask. They could actually go for A heal. They're just seeing it.
100%. Especially.
We saw that just then. Basically, the Molotov big friend is just like, wait a second, he saw Savage there as well. Gets in between the tops.
PZ embrace to join the young 17-year-old.
Go for A heal. They're just seeing it.
Pushing up through ramp, Nedic has to try
You
and
saw that. Just
well, I
basically
guess
the ball top being front, and he's just
shut
like, wait
down,
a second, he's still Savage there as well.
some of the ramp presence will drop back over towards this side as ADK goes down through sandbags. Utility Molotov starting to rain down on the side. Of course, the side of fire. Well, I guess we'll see now. ASAP find PZ. Addict to eventually fall. Nedic to find himself too. ADK.
They're trying to rush that bomb plant to default. They realized they had the bomb there just as Brace got onto the side. And if Brace got onto the side with the bomb, it would have been definitely a bomb plant there, 100%. It's just so unfortunate. Also good anti-eco and good early flank from the B side defenders as well. Rush that bomb plant to Chelos especially taking down Savage. Just as Brace got onto the side. And if Brace got onto the side with the bomb, it would have been definitely a bomb plant there, 100%. It's just so unfortunate. Also good anti-eco and good early flank from the B side defenders as well. Rush that bomb plant to Chelos especially taking
Now
down
going to see
Savage.
Nedic here. Oh, beautiful from PZ. Beautiful, beautiful piece of counter-strike from PZ there. Able to find Nedic, of course. The hero of that A side here. Oh, beautiful from PZ. Continuing to be beautiful, beautiful piece of counter-strike
Vertex
from
has
PZ
seemingly
there.
just stopped in their tracks, basically. They've lost the last 7 rounds. They haven't been able to just... They've got on the side a few times, got a few bomb plants, but they just haven't been able to win out rounds like they were doing earlier. Vertex has seemingly just stopped in their track. Flashback been thrown in. Nobody's on the B bomb side. This could be a free side for Vertex here. Chilios, no one's going up middle, so Chilios going through towards drop. Might get a freebie here in Malta. No, not. Chilios going for the pot shot towards default. Flashback been thrown in. Nobody's on the B bomb side. Not sure on the call. But a full rotate over. Middle, so Chilios going through towards drop. Might get a freebie here on towards A. Not. Chilios going for the pot shot towards default. Not sure on the call. But a rotate over.
I'm going to see PZ ASAP find themselves one apiece, but all of a sudden now, Rooster to fall away.
As I say, like, you know, Vertex have not won a C round lately. Next round they win one. Me and my big mouth.
You gotta stop running that thing.
You know, I'm trying to do my job as a color caster here, telling, you know, just be like, hey man, like, you know, Vertex aren't winning T rounds anymore. Seems very difficult as Rooster seem to be just throwing them off the gate into the moat with the crocodiles under it. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Vertex like, oh, you know, Josh has probably said cursed us by now, so we should actually win the round. It's a conspiracy.
It's always TJP. Always
It's a
TJP.
conspiracy, okay? The players can hear us, and they will do opposite, okay, to us, so... So they will win the round, you know? That's exactly what they're doing. They're playing mind games on us.
Convinced there are players in my walls.
Okay, the players can hear us,
100%.
and they will do opposite. I did see menu log come down recently. Is that what Malta got?
Did Multi get a cheeky menu log?
Yeah, maybe. You got a cheeky menu log. Did see,
Did you get their ice copy with it?
Yep. They also, I wouldn't say to deliver headsets, but it would be pretty awesome if they started delivering, like, you know, computer stuff as well. That'd be awesome.
Did Multi get a cheeky menu log?
Yeah, maybe. You got a cheeky menu log.
It'd be absolutely chaotic if they had
They
stuff.
also, I wouldn't say to deliver headsets. But it
I
would
feel
be
like
pretty
I
awesome
would
if they
just
started delivering, like, you know,
lose so
computer
much
stuff
money
as well.
on
That'd be
delivery
awesome.
fees. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah. You know, you think it's cheaper to start, and you know, $15 turns out to $30 just because of delivery fees.
All of a sudden, you know, you go, I can't afford taxes, so I'm not going to pay that.
Yeah.
And you start writing for the newspapers, you start writing for the Age. It's just a downhill spiral, really, when you think about it. Anyway, speaking of downhill spirals, now a 5v4, Nedic trying to hold down the line. Will be able to find himself one. Savage going down. We will see Addict find himself a very clean frag on the Chelios. Now TJP. And ASAP to give up the side here, but with that bomb going down. Speaking of downhill, it's a very, very slippery slope of losing the A side. Will be able to find himself one. Savage going down. It's detrimental impact here. TJP finding one. PZ to get one back to the AWPer. Finding himself a huge frag. TJP's had himself 2 ninja diffusers so far. And with him still alive in the server, only 3 points of health. just grimaces as he falls to Malta a 7 to 8 half.
Yeah, and the worst part, you know, I can understand why he's grimacing there. He got him to free HP. I would be grimacing too, be like, how much? And anyways, guys, an even Steven half, just like Inferno, 8-7, very close. See you guys after this quick break for the second half of Vertigo. Yeah, and the worst part, you know, I can understand why he's grimacing there. He got him to free HP. I would be grimacing too, be like, how much? And anyways, guys, an even Steven half, just like Inferno, 8-7, very close. See you guys after this quick break for the second half of Vertigo. And the worst part, you know, I can understand why he's grimacing there. He got him to free HP. I would be grimacing too, be like, how much? And anyways, guys, an even Steven half, just like Inferno, 8-7, very close. See you guys after this quick break.
She wanna cool with it. 24 hours. What it work? 24 hours. What it work? 24 hours. I put it work. 24 hours. I put it work. I do it all for the fam. You do it all for the gram. I do it all for the win. You take it to the chin. I got money for the drip. I got money for your chick. New planes, new whips. Teach game, stack chips. I do it all for the fam. You do it all for the gram. I do it all for the win. You take it to the chin. I got money for the drip. I got money for your chick. New planes, new whips. Teach game, stack chips.
Everything on fleek, word in the street, on my sound of a beat. Do it all day, every day of the week. Getting turned up, we feeling lively. On the dance floor, where you gonna find me? Here comes the drop, it's time to party. Here comes the drop, it's time to party. Everything on fleek. Do it all day, every day. Bad up the beat. Put it on lock. Everything on fleek. Do it all day, every day.
G'day guys, welcome back to second half of second map, Vertigo, Vertex's pick of ESL and third chance. I'm Josh, joined by Flamboyant today. I'm going to say we've got a close matchup between Rooster and Vertex, and you can't get closer than the first map, and now you can't even get closer from the second map. 8-7 half to, I believe it was Vertex in the end, before it's Rooster. But I believe it was to Vertex in the end, and Vertex was a slight lead on that map pick, and you know, it's not like Nuke, like we said last time, where he said like, hey, if you get 8-7, you can just basically dust it off, you're done. Vertigo CT side's just as difficult, generally because of the fact that the Ts can rotate over to A and B, but we can rotate over to A to B as a CT sometimes, given the fact you have to check the middle to make sure no one's dropping in. Is that what you feel about that, Flamboyant? Like the CT side challenge on Vertigo?
I do like a bit of a cheeky CT side challenge, I'm not going to lie, but I do like seeing a good ramp take even more. Chelios to find himself a frag as well. TJP find one else. Another 4v3 situation here, and we are seeing this T side really look to try and pick themselves into a position where they can get aggressive, and with ASAP finding himself that frag, Addict going down in the rotation to be forced over towards his B side. ASAP getting aggressive, watching the line. And we are seeing this T side really look to try and pick themselves into I'm going down, brace to slowly creep over towards the site. ASAP to eventually swing with TJP and Chelios and all find frags.
Yep. All I'm gonna say that round was all roads were gonna lead to Brace dying in that stage. So you like, you know, USP, you gotta get one-tap headshots, Glocks, you can triple peek and just basically feel led into that CT player because they can only get it, you know. The USP rate of fire is very, very slow compared to the Glocks, and this is why Glocks are superior weapons.
This is why I think we should always have the pistol rounds replaced with knife rounds.
Pretty good, yeah, not gonna lie. You know, there's some knife round strategies as well. Oh no, that's good of me.
That is the second time that's happened. Ouchie. You're not going to see a huge nade going down. Malta with that 5-7 to 5. Chelios PZ finding himself one more. All of a sudden, a beautiful start here for Vertex. What was an 8-8 scoreline with such a low buy. PZ to recover an AK. ASAP to eventually steal it away. Brace, well, it's his turn. Chelios PZ him finding himself one more. All of a sudden, a beautiful
50 weaponry there, efficient. You know, you just only need one AK, just trade around your teammates. Just make sure when you die, you're facing the way your teammate is, so that just the AK sprays out to him.
Brace, well, it's his. Hope so. We are going to see ASAP find Malta here. Now, the 2v3 situation here in this server. Brace to try and be a little bit cheeky around the smoke that is around Sandbag. Now, we do see ASAP and ADK. What are they going to be up to? Where will they go? Who will they see? What will they be? With 50 seconds left, there isn't much choice for them to get a reel on. 2 smokes, 2 flashes between the 2 of them, a single bomb on the back of ASAP, who is tagged up pretty heavily. ADK should be the master of trades here, as we do see Addict swing wide. Oh, that is filthy! Addict, you stop that right now. You understand me, young man. ADK able to find himself at least a little bit of space off the back of ASAP's death, as we do see Brace looking to try and find himself at least a little bit of damage. Oh, that is filthy. Are now. Addict, you stop that right now. Gonna see 1v2 over on this A side. Addict finds himself a second. Addict, you are a menace, young man. You need to be dealt with.
Oh, you know, what Addict would say there is like, don't walk into my deagle. Simple, you know, stop hitting yourself. But I gotta say, PZ was probably very, very important that round as well, the AK. And also, not to mention as well, he got Rooster into a horrible situation where the bomb was dropped ramp. And they had to keep trying to recover that bomb on ramp. And also, it was not to mention, it was a one-way smoke that Brace set up. That Brace could see the feet if anyone tried to take the bomb as well, which was just made it even worse before Rooster. And that's given Vertex their 9th. And they had to keep trying to recover that bomb on ramp.
Actually, now we do see the ramp presence coming through. Malta to be caught off guard. PZ to swing wide and find himself that frag on a Chelios. Molotov's going down. Utility now trying to stop that presence with PZ finding TJP. Actually, now we do see we'll start to see now the rotation over towards the B side. ADK, ASAP. Look to lead the charge. Addict should swing wide and find 2. Trying to isolate the jewels here, but it doesn't matter. ADK takes his own teammate out. Absolute pain in the server. We are going to see Addict finding himself one more. Addict potential for the second, and it's a single one-tap. Okay, we need to deal with the problem called Addict. He's just being so disrespectful. One tap here, but it doesn't matter. I'm feeling like it's really starting to hurt the feelings of Rooster. In the server, we are going to see Addict finding himself.
I gotta say there as well, Addict, you know, he's just won 2 rounds for Rooster basically as well. It looked like Rooster were about to get into the A side, but timely Molotovs and also timely interventions by PZ once again, denying TJP from getting free access via Secret. Like, he was actually going to get in on Secret and maybe take out Brace before that Molotov hit as well. It looked like Rooster were about to get into the A side, but timely Molotovs. And also, you know, it was never meant to be in Vertex. They got 2 rounds in a row on their CT side so far. Chelios with the Glock, he's being very audacious. I know Glock's a great pistol and all. 11 rounds for Vertex and get their anti-eco underway with no casualties whatsoever. They got 2 rounds in a row on their CT side so far. Chelios
11 to be picked up here, an 8-11 scoreline.
I know Glock's a great pistol and all.
We are seeing beautiful start come through from Vertex here on the CT side.
With no casualties whatsoever. They got 2 rounds in a row on their CT side so far. Chelios
11 to be picked up here, an 8-11 scoreline.
I know Glock's a great pistol and all.
We are seeing beautiful start come through from Vertex here on the CT side.
Altar, beautiful start, gets a quick 2k. Quick fire 2k on the ramp presence. A lot of utility being thrown around, and since Rooster just threw 1 nade, Vertex threw the entire lot. Altar, beautiful start. Hack's been forced off the angle, but a bit of HE damage here and there. It's going to be very difficult to force themselves onto this B bomb site. Flamboyant. Very difficult. They're not going to find any sort of entry, I feel. It's been forced off the angle, but
Now with this 3v5 situation here, we are going to see PZ from behind, able to find ADK and TJP. Jesus Christ.
Just you know what? Get the alphabet cereal out, put it in your mouth, spit it out, and you might get TJP. Okay. Might.
We are going to see
Like,
PZ from behind, able to find ADK and
Himself a few frags ASAP.
Yeah, maybe.
Huh?
You know,
Huh?
that's what that. What I'm gonna say
saw
there
that
as well.
one?
Did you see that smoke earlier with Malta? He could see shades of the T side players, but it's just the wispiness of the smoke. Like, there's only like small pixels. It's not like one of those one-way smokes where you can see a clear gap. It's actually through the smoke.
I'm going to see PZ now with that nade doing some serious damage to TJP. Here we go, I got it right this time. Woo! I'm going to see now Chelios, who actually go down to PZ there. I'm going to see PZ finding himself another frag, make it 3, make it 4! How about that from PZ? The Orpa doesn't need it, he's got himself an AK. 13 for Vertex here off the back of that young gentleman right there.
You got to be excited there, PZ. The most excited I've seen in the entire game with that 4K. But I gotta say, that's a critical round, critical 13th here. I reckon it should be a timeout being called by Rooster at this stage, because these next 2 to 3 rounds is going to probably dictate where they're going to end up at this stage. But I'm surprised no timeout, given the fact that, you know, Vertex win this round. It's another anti-eco and they'll go to 15. This is a very, very crucial round. And at the moment, like, none of them, you know, it's now Vertex having a little streak here. Vertex have won 5 rounds in a row. Given the fact that, you know, Vertex win this round, it's another
I'm going to see Malta finding himself that opening pick here. Nade's going down. Malta can't find the second. TJP to deal with the issue. Now I'm going to see TJP naded down to 11. Oh, brutal. 4 flashes to go down. ASAP to try and lead this rotation over towards the B side where Addict remains. Now, the issue.
You know the beat bomb side in Vertigo. You know, what generally would you do the beat bomb side? Like, you know, which player do you put there? You put your best player?
I often just put down whoever my best aimer is. We are going to see Addict finding himself a frag. However, ADK ASAP to find one apiece between the two of them. Brace getting one more. Now the 2v2 situation. TJP quite low. Netic finding Brace. Now TJP going for that plant. PZ. We saw him get a 4K last round. Needs to try and find at least a little bit of work here.
Great distraction play there by Netic. Netic just distracts PZ because PZ was just fixated on TJP at default. Great distraction play from the B-side entrance. And that allows TJP to peek out, pick off PZ. And PZ's been having a great game with the aim. With the rifle particularly, hasn't got the big green out that often. That was a great pick there, and great distraction play as well. I love it when the players utilize their own distractions to save their own teammate. And that allows TJP to peek out.
Heads up counter strike there coming through. Now with Rooster to try and put together little bits and pieces here. Addict now to hold the line with that AUG, taking a bit of a play out of Savage's book. We are going to see Malta tagged up just a little bit. And they're going through. ASAP down to 20 points of health. ASAP eventually going down to the nade. PZ giving ASAP a no good, very bad, horrible day.
Yep. I'm going to say they definitely heard some noise down there. Brace had danger sign. And, you know, as they threw the nades back, Brace just backed out of there, knowing the fact that he's most likely going to be targeted. You know, using the process of elimination. It's like, how did he hear that we were here? He must be a danger sign. Yep. I'm going to say they definitely heard some noise down there. Brace had danger sign. And, you know, as they threw the nades back, Brace just backed out of there.
Try to look to be this entry now that ASAP's gone.
You know, using the process of elimination. It's like, how did he hear that we were here? He must be a danger sign.
Now I'm going to see TJP finding PZ. The Orpha going down. Now, with Malta finding 2, ADK to eventually get that trade. Brace running out of bullets in ADK, capitalizing off the back of it. Now, what is going to be ADK down to 45 points of health. Savage finding PZ. The Orpha going down. Will force ADK away with that Molotov. Now, I'm going to see Savage try to find himself at least a little bit of wiggle room here with this AUG. What is going to be ADK 2v2, 2 orgs, 2 rifles to find. Addict finding TJP. It's all down to ADK. We saw himself have himself a huge clutch last game, but on this map he can't get it done. We are going to see AKs recovered here.
Oh, wait a second.
2v2.
Don't G2 this. Don't G2 this.
Ah, they got it. They got it. They got it.
You sure?
They have got it. But on this map, you can't.
I was getting worried that they were gonna G2 it and forget about the bomb. Oh, wait a second.
Very nervous.
Yeah, well, don't G2 this. Don't G2 this.
Ah, they got it. They got it. They got
I was
it.
getting super nervous. I was like, wait, 10 seconds. For the 10 seconds, don't G2 this. Please don't G2 this at all.
worried that they're gonna G2 it.
Like I say, overall there as well, the Orgs doing a retake is incredible. 2v2 retake of Orgs actually quite difficult, given the fact hip firing of an Org is very inaccurate compared to zooming it in. And Orgs are just not good at retakes in general. Well, of course, you know, compared to the Orb, it's great at retakes, but, you know, Org would be the second weapon he didn't want to take in for a retake, given that it's not accurate unless it's zoomed in, compared to zooming it in. And Orgs are just not good at retakes in general. Well, of course, you know, compared to the Orb, it's great at retakes, but, you know, Org would be the second weapon he didn't want to take in for a retake, given that it's not accurate unless it's zoomed in, compared to zooming it in. And Org
I'll see with Addict trying to hold down this B site. The AUG needs to try and hold strong. We are going to see Addict up close and personal. Ooh, will find TJP, finds himself one before burning into that Molotov. See with Addict eventually going down this B site. The AUG. Netic finding one. Savage brace. Oh, beautiful. For Brace and Savage, it's all going to be down to Netic. They know he's mid. Savage has heard him. Savage deals with him. 15 for Vertex here.
I've got to say, great work by Addicts, just hiding in that smoke, just buying time. That buys key rotate for both Brace and Savage to get in there and save that round. He brought about, you know, 8 to 10 seconds of time to allow his teammates to get in the perfect position to try and help him just defend it. And he also got one frag before he went down. That buys key rotate for both Brace and Savage to get in there and save that round. He brought about, you know, 8 to 10 seconds of time to allow his teammates to get in the perfect position.
Gonna see this 19 to 15 scoreline.
And he also got one frag before he went down. Or is it going to be 16-15? Or is it going to be 15-10? Or is it going to be just reset the round? 8 to 10 seconds of time to allow his teammates to get in the perfect position.
Gonna see this 19 to 15 scoreline.
And he also got one frag before he went down. Or is it going to be 16-15?
Gonna see some more smokes come down here from Brace. A minute 25 until Vertex continue to stay alive here in the upper bracket. Brace taking so much damage, having to back away. The nade could do some serious damage here. As it does go through ASAP. Actually naded down to 14 from Brace. A minute 25 until Vertex. Malta to find a frag. Brace taking so much damage, having to back away.
He's doing it again, PZ. He's doing it again. Will they catch him on the flank? That's the main question.
Does go through ASAP. Cheeky boy. PZ's being a cheeky little puppy. Malta, the PZ. Unable to catch the timing on ASAP. ASAP finds 2. That's a huge 2k coming through from ASAP. That allows the rotation over towards that B site. But now with Addict to hold down this side here. Unable to catch
I think they've played it pretty smart here. They've actually gone back to A, taking out Malta. And that's going to be the round.
Now with Addict 10 to be picked up by Rooster, almost definite. To hold down looking at the money for Vertex. Brace will be able to buy next one. PZ able to buy AWP. Savage will be able to buy. Addict Malta will be able to buy, even though they have minimum loss bonus, if I remember correctly. 10 to be picked up by Rooster, almost definite. Not fully buy, they'll be able to get drops from their best friends. Brace will be able to buy next one. PZ able to buy AWP. Savage will be able to buy. Addict just needing to hold on to the AWP. Minimum. Of course, the task easier said than done. Not fully buy, they'll be able to get drops from their best friends. Brace will be able to buy next one. PZ able to buy AWP. Savage will be able to buy. Addict just needing to hold on to the AWP. Minimum. Of course, the task easier said than done.
And it keeps the orb, and like I said, that leads them to have another buy here. Try and win this map 2-0.
TJP's still got a smile on his face, thank God. Thank God. How much electricity do you reckon he's wasting at the back with that Netflix on the TV?
Not much, it's solar powered. Win this map 2-0.
Do you live in his walls? TJP's still got a smile
Of
on
course,
his face.
you know, I'm in Rooster's team house, clearly.
How much I live in Rooster's walls.
Yeah, you know, basically got an announcement video coming out that I'm joining Rooster.
I'd hate to see if that was true.
In
I'd love to see if that was true. Although that's what I meant.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see if
I mean,
you were just an announcement video of you
team
just
house,
living in the
clearly.
walls.
Yeah, you know, basically. I say there, 80k got 2 kills there. One of them was his teammate. Bit unfortunate,
I'd hate to
really.
see if that was true.
In-
I'd love to see if that was true. Although that's what
We're
I
going
meant.
to see now this 4v3 situation here. PZ needs himself a pick with this AWP.
To at least try to even things back up, and he's going to go looking for this pick. He knows how important this orb's going to be towards the hold, and with Savage finding himself a huge frag, ASAP going down. Addict now to try and find himself a huge chunk of damage, actually finds TJP. PZ leaving it all down to ADK. The 1v3 situation here, ADK finding himself the first. Potential for the second here. Did he see that flash coming out from PZ? No, he did not. Vertex win it. A 2-0 to try and find himself. You'll love to see it. A 16-10 here on Vertigo. 2-0. Vertex continue their streak here in the upper bracket final. And all of a sudden, we now do start to see Rooster here in the lower bracket final. Addict, you stop that right now, young man.
More dabbing.
This is not 2016.
More. Anyways, guys, go for a quick break to discuss how this map and how Vertex managed to win 2-0 here.
We now do start to see Rooster here in the lower bracket final. Addict, you stop that right now, young man.
More dabbing.
This is not 2016.
Anyways, guys, go for a quick break to discuss how this map and how Vertex managed to win 2-0 here. More dabbing. Anyways, guys, go for a quick break to discuss how this map and how
Hey, look,